Ara Ara. Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of the Ara Ara podcast. I'm your host Amy, and with me today is my co-host, as usual, Vivz. Hello,
Hello.
Vivz. We don't have a guest for today, but we will be talking about mothers because Mother's Day is just around the corner. But
It's
before
actually
all
tomorrow, I think.
yeah, it's tomorrow. By the time we're recording this, it's tomorrow. But before all of that, like, how are you doing, Vivs?
Oh, I'm good. I'm honestly not feeling that well today, but you know, have to take
Yeah.
some rest and yeah, just do the podcast because obviously we missed an episode, I think last week, and we have to catch up on that. And yeah, as you've mentioned, we're doing a Mother's Day episode. But how about you, Amy? How are you?
No, I'm really tired. All I
You've
did
been
yesterday
busy.
was I have been busy. Because like we joined this film competition and Nico submitted for this film competition and he was one of the finalists, so we had to shoot the film. And there was like a lot of parameters, a lot of rules when it came to making this. Like we had only 24 hours to shoot. We had someone tracking our time so we wouldn't cheat. Uh,
What?
yeah. And there was only certain equipment that we could use, and there's just a lot of rules. And like for the post production now, as you know, like I also do video editing, and like obviously so does Nico. So we only have maximum a week for
Post
the post
production.
production. Like we have to submit by 6:05 a.m. on Wednesday because that was when we 6:05 a.m. was when we started filming. So like the exact time of the start of the film and the exact wrap up time. So yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah.
That's
So
how strict
you're
they are with the time?
yeah, exactly when the wrap up time was, that's when your 24 hours your 160 something hours starts.
Okay.
But because it was a 24-hour shoot, last night all we did was sleep. Because the day before that, obviously there was a lot of pre-prod. We had to prepare the props and all that. We didn't end up sleeping just before
Mm.
the shoot. So I was awake for like almost 48 hours with like 2 hours sleep yesterday. And so yesterday I was just dead.
Were you getting PTSD from uni days?
Uh, not really. Not really. I still feel like it was more challenging back then with uni. I was the director, writer, and editor, and the video editor for that. So it was like there was more pressure on me. This time around, I just wrote the script and I was acting in it.
Yeah.
So I mean, and I'm editing as well. But I guess it's just a lot less pressure when you're not the director. Like it's not in your name, you know.
But it's all in Nico's name.
That's fine.
Yeah, and at least here it's just like win or lose, it's fine. But in uni, it's different because like
Yeah. Your grades are
the
on the
grades are
line for
there.
that. Yeah, but
Yeah,
here it's like you win, you lose. Like it's okay. Like it
yeah,
doesn't matter. And it's not.
yeah,
I don't know. It's not like a big film festival that like everyone's gonna see it. It's not like in the cinema. So like win or lose, it's fine. No one's really gonna unless like we show
yeah,
it. Then
yeah.
yeah.
True.
But
So yeah,
yeah, I'm tired, dude. I'm
yeah,
tired, and I still have to go out after this recording. The things that we have to do sometimes.
yeah. I can imagine. Like I honestly feel like ever since we started Ara Ara, it's been a busy time for us, and at the same time, like we are also attending events. My days of peace are gone.
Yeah.
No, because before I barely used to go out. I'll just chill at home, play, watch anime, that's it. But now, like, I don't know, maybe it's the age. It's
It's
the
the
age!
age.
I just want to stay at home and, like, enjoy my rent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, can you imagine though? This is us, just like being us. Like, can you imagine being a mom at the same time having all of these responsibilities? And like, there's a lot of sacrifice. You either have to sacrifice the life you want, or you have to work really hard to try and balance that life that,
Yeah.
between being busy and being a mom. So,
But
speaking of moms,
yeah, speaking of moms, we will be talking about anime moms. But before that, let's go ahead and read previous comments from our previous episodes because we did
yes.
get like one person commenting so far on our videos, and we really appreciate you so much, Chipi Chawa, because you've commented on our episode 5 of the Reddit episode, and you did say, hey, "Yay, my comment got featured. Manipulation is a long game." I think this is from we were talking about anime, about making your girlfriend like anime.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
manipulating them into watching.
Yeah.
And then there's also another comment from Chipi Chawa where he listed all of the Filipino names that we created on that episode. Yeah, Odin Junjun Torres, Stevenson, and Leon Leo Kennedy Rodriguez.
Oh, wait, I
So
think
yeah,
he those are people he might know, no?
I have no idea because he wrote here John Yeager Smith and Benjamin Nissan Velasquez.
Oh, right.
Maybe. I don't know. Like at least we found Nissan. How about Toyota?
Yeah,
Hit us up.
Toyota, please, where you at, man? Like,
Yeah.
still
Prove your
looking for you.
existence. Yeah.
Toyota Reyes.
Yeah. And also, one last thing, guys, is that please do join our Discord server. We don't have much people there yet, but we would like to grow and, talk to you guys, hang out with everyone. And also, we will be posting our episode topics there on Discord. And if you want to join the discussion before we record the episode, feel free to do so in our Discord server. Going back to the topic of the day, which is best and worst anime moms.
Oh, we
We
have
did
to
the
have the
same thing.
worst as well. I don't think
Yeah.
I have. I yeah no I I only have best moms.
Yeah, go list it down now.
I'll try to no I'll try to wing it while.
No, because see, the thing is, last year we did the same episode but for fathers,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, we did.
And man, in the Father's Day episode, I felt like we had more worst dads than best dads.
Yeah.
Like we listed a lot of worst dads easily there. But for now, when I was doing my list for best and worst moms of anime, I had a hard time doing the worst moms, to be honest. How about you? You haven't listed anything.
I didn't even have worst moms. So like now I'm just
Yeah.
trying to like, oh, I don't know any moms.
Nah, it's okay. Because we did ask people on Instagram, like we made a poll where they can put who their best mom and worst mom is. And we got a few
Mm.
names. So maybe this will, help you list your worst moms as well.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'll just like comment on their comments. Like, oh yeah, I remember that scene. Just like ride what people talked about. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I agree. I agree. This is the worst
And
mom.
then
Yeah.
and then in the end I'll say, no, they already said all of it. So I don't have any more.
Yeah. That's a good trick, huh? Next time.
Man, manipulation is a long game.
Okay. So what do you want to start with, Amy?
For the best mom, well, okay, so I'm not putting it in any order or anything, but at the same
Okay.
time, but at the same time, like I think if I were to put it like as a top one, for me, I think it would be Hannah from Wolf Children. I don't know
Mhm.
if you've seen Wolf Children or not.
No, I haven't,
Yeah.
unfortunately. And Hannah was also answered by one of the people in Instagram.
I should just ride with what they say. I told you. I told you.
Told
We'll just
you.
have the same answers. Oh yeah,
Hannah. No, but why Hannah?
So Wolf Children is like, I'm trying not to like spoil anything, but it's essentially a film that sort of focuses on motherhood.
Mm.
So it's like she does like a lot to sacrifice in the film. Like she's like all alone and she's like battling the society and like all the hardships that her children faces. Cuz like if I say anything else, like it's going to be a spoiler. So it's like anything that she face, like her children face, she has to do it alone because like when she was, I'm trying to remember the movie. I think it was after the second son was born or when she was pregnant with the second son. Her husband dies. It's a spoiler if I say how he dies as well. But basically, she couldn't even bury her husband. Like he was basically dumped, like
Oh
thrown in
no.
the trash kind of thing. So she lost like a good husband and she had to raise two kids all by herself. And they're not normal kids. So it's kind of in a way how single mothers raise special children. I guess like if you look at it in a different lens. So it's all about that. And like how it is to like evolve as a mother, like as your children grow, like all the things that you have to go through and that you have to learn. And then in the end also realizing that aside from watching your children grow up, you also have to accept that they have their own paths in life that they need to choose. So yeah, it's actually a really sad story.
Let me just pack up my stuff because I don't think I can mention any more best moms after that. Like, okay, thank you for the episode. Next. No, but seriously, like after hearing that, then I don't know who else can be a best mom in the anime world, you know?
Yeah, because that movie is already centered on being a mom. Because I feel like with the other animes, like, oh yeah, they have good mothers. Like, let's say,
Yeah.
she's not on my list, but let's say your Forger, even if she's not Anya's like real mom. Is it Anya? I don't even remember the kid's name.
Yeah, it's Anya.
Yeah. See, because I didn't really like Spy Family, I don't remember it. But yeah, like even if she's not Anya's real mom, like
Excuse
she's
me.
really sweet.
Why?
Huh?
Why didn't you like Spy Family?
I feel like we've discussed this, no? Have we not discussed this? I feel like
No,
I
I
tell
don't
you a
think
lot of
so.
things, but then you're like, I didn't say it. And then I always say, really? I didn't tell you? Okay.
You must have told me in person.
Yeah,
in chat.
maybe. But yeah,
Yeah,
no,
but
I
why?
didn't really like Spy Family, everyone listening. But I agree, like, your Forger is a good mom. But like, what I was trying to say was that they're more like side characters. Like at Spy Family, yeah, they're all the main characters, but at the end of the day, it's also like mostly Anya. So we only
Mm.
see moms when it's convenient for the plot. So, but then like with Wolf Children, it
The
was
plot
about being a mom.
revolves.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
plot revolved about being a mom. So yeah, that was a little bit of an unfair character, but yeah.
Yeah. But I feel like that's how it is usually in animes and parents though. Like parents are always absent. And we've talked about that before in the previous episode. Right? Like
That's true.
how do you have an apartment in the middle of Tokyo, your high school, and your parents are not around? Please
Mm,
explain that to me. Right? Like
exactly.
they're abroad, they're working somewhere else. Like how filthy rich are your parents to
Then they
afford
just leave their
an
children
apartment?
alone.
Yeah, an apartment in the middle of Tokyo. Like how?
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, so going back now to the list, my best mom, I also wouldn't be putting this in order now because like I
Mm.
got pressured to put it in order, but like I cannot. I feel like there's no way I can, put them in order properly. But one of my best moms was also answered in the Instagram poll that we did, and it's Belmere. Is it Belmere? How do you pronounce it?
Yeah.
Bel Bel
Bellamere, right?
Bellamere. She's my best mom because obviously, if you've watched One Piece, you know how Nami's story was. Like they were adopted, and both her and Nojiko.
Yeah, Najiko.
Yeah, and then until the very end, she tried to protect her daughters. She gave them like she became the mom essentially
Mm.
of them. Everything else about her, at least in Nami's eyes, how it was narrated in One Piece, yeah,
Mm.
hands down. Like she accepted both of them as their own, and they have this orange orchard or something like
Yeah.
orange trees, and then like she was teaching Nami. I'm sorry, I'm really a mess right now, but more like the morals. She's trying to make them good human beings, because
Yeah.
Nami's stealing at a young age. Because they were war orphans, right? Like,
Yeah,
okay,
exactly.
fine.
Yeah, it's like the Your Forger thing as well. She wasn't their real mom, but she took on the role even if she didn't have to.
Yeah, and even though she had to go through hardships just to feed them both, because remember, Nami did say that they always like eating tangerine, like
Mm.
whatever soup, whatever or something, and yeah, just in general. And also, one more mom in One Piece that I would like to add is Dadan. I don't know if you would consider her a mom though, but the adoptive mom, quote unquote, of Ace,
Yeah.
Luffy, and Sabo,
Yeah.
man, I swear. Like, okay, to be fair, we didn't actually see her raising the kids, right?
Mm.
Like how a mom should. She's like a tough
Right.
love kind
It's
of
like tough
mom.
love, yeah, with
Yeah.
Dadan, yeah.
Like you never really see her caring for them, but I guess in her own way she did care for them. But what made me cry the most about Dadan was when she heard that Ace died, and then
Yeah.
Garp went to their city, and then Dadan was
Mm.
just like, oh my god, I'm having goosebumps. Dadan was just like crying so much. And then
Yeah.
she was telling Garp, like, why didn't you do anything?
Mm.
And then I was like, man. Because
True.
honestly, it's a spoiler, but I don't give a shit. Because it's your fault if you haven't watched One Piece by now.
Wow, wow. Okay,
Coming from me.
wow. All
No,
right,
because
all
girl,
right.
I've been spoiled by this specific scene 100 times even before I watched One Piece. So So we all know Ace is gonna die, right? Like he's gonna die. But when he died, I wasn't sad at all.
I was
It was more
not
like, ah,
I was not spoiled by that.
really?
No,
You've
I
survived this long without knowing
see.
that he will die?
Yeah, because we've discussed this. I think like
Yeah.
I maybe I don't follow enough like anime fans or anything like that to be spoiled by people.
Yeah, but I've been spoiled by friends, not just
Yeah.
online, not just the internet. Because back then, internet is not this big. I honestly thought I will feel sad when he died, but I didn't. The only time that I
Mm.
only felt sad was because of Dadan, like how she cried. That's why she's on my list. How about you? Because I've mentioned two now.
Oh, you've already mentioned two. Yeah, no, I think just like what you said with Bellamere, I would have to put Kushina, just like Bellamere, right? She did like the ultimate sacrifice, which is, giving up her life so that her child can survive. What else?
Kushina
Yeah,
was
and
actually listed as well on the
yeah.
Instagram answers.
Ah, see? I told you I'll just ride. What were their worst moms? I'll just ride with yeah. No, okay. I mean, like, and we've seen Kushina. We've seen how like soft and caring she is, and like her strong-willed character all throughout. She was strong enough to like protect her child to the very end. So yeah, and then like even then, oh wait, I'm trying to remember Naruto, right? But they left a piece of themselves within Naruto as well, right?
Yeah, the chakra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, the
So
chakra as well.
it was I think for Minato when the seal is broken, Minato's
Mm.
chakra will appear. So the first parent figure that Naruto ever met was actually Minato
Mm.
before Kushina, right? Because like Minato appeared when he broke the seal, and
Yeah.
then they were trying to stop the Nine Tails, and then I forgot what Minato said, but he said something about your mom will tell you something,
Yeah.
or like he foreshadowed it that you will meet your mom, but he didn't know. And the thing
Mm.
is, he didn't also know that the fourth Hokage was his dad by the time that he appeared,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Yeah, yeah,
Right? And it was so funny because like, why is the fourth Hokage here? And like, dude, in the world of anime, I don't understand. You exactly look like the fourth.
yeah.
How come you tell
No,
me that?
I've questioned this the entire time. It's like everyone knew the fourth Hokage, everybody loves him, and then like they knew he had a child, but then they didn't connect that hey Naruto has a
It's a,
child. Like they're just like no
in the
this is stupid. Yeah, they're just like no this is some dumbass that came out of nowhere after the fourth Hokage died. Let's just be mean to him because the nine tails
hair
are
is in
inside
him.
him. Like how how does this make sense? But yeah, no one ever tells him. No one assumes anything. They're just like, yeah, they're just living their lives, not knowing or
Kakashi
pretending to
knew.
not know. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah,
Kakashi
Kakashi
knew.
knew.
Fourth Hokage knew. I mean,
Yeah.
fourth, third Hokage knew. Like giving him, the monthly sustenance. Like, okay, here's your monthly allowance. Like, what is wrong with you guys? Yeah, but anyway, it's really it's really insane. But yeah, Kushina.
Yeah. No, and the yellow hair, like
Exactly. Like, hello, guys. Like,
it's not
hair.
like a lot of people in
The village has
the village, the leaf
yellow hair
village
and blue
had
eyes.
yellow hair, right?
And blue eyes
Bruh.
and blue eyes.
And then his last name Uzumaki. Like, oh, they didn't they didn't piece it
Kushina.
together. Oh, Uzumaki.
It's really dumb. I'm sorry. It's really dumb. Yeah.
They all just accepted, and we all just accepted that they didn't accept it. But
That
I
they
really
didn't know
that they didn't know.
or pretended not to know, I
So
guess.
you're telling me nobody in the Leaf Village are like, I don't know, chismosa, like, oh my god, you know what? I think because if this happened in Philippines, right? All the neighbors would be all the marites would they would be like, oh, I think.
I think because he appeared right after the fourth Hokage died, and
And then he
Kushina
has
went
blonde
missing.
hair and blue eyes,
Yeah.
and then his last name.
Yeah. And it's so dumb that they didn't name him Naruto Namikaze because they're protecting him from the fourth Hokage's enemies. Dude, you named him Uzumaki. What do you mean? And even the other Kages of other countries knows that he's the son of the fourth Hokage. What do you mean?
That's what. Who are you protecting if the leaders of the other countries already know as well?
Exactly. That's why it's so dumb. The reasoning was so dumb. But anyway, going back, the thing is, we got derailed so much. But what I
Yeah.
wanted to highlight was actually, I really cried a lot on that scene of Naruto where he actually saw his mom for the first time. The mom said, "Can you guess who am I?" Because like she appeared out of nowhere, right? And then
Mm.
Naruto's initial guess was, "Oh, you're the embodiment of the nine-tailed fox." And then
Mm.
the mom hit him on his head, like, "No, that's not right." And then she mentioned her phrase "date bane," but
Mm.
Naruto is "date bayo."
Dati
And
ba
then he
yun?
was like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, date bane." And then, man, I was like, "Why?" Like
Yeah.
that. Because like it was so touching, like the way he hugged his mom, and then he was just staring at his mom the whole time she was telling the story about how Minato and her got together. And the only thing I think Naruto said was like, "Your hair is really pretty," or like, "My mom is really pretty,"
Mm.
something like that. Like he was just adoring his mom all throughout. I don't know. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I just had to reminisce how that scene felt. Because like if you've seen Naruto's journey, he grew up without parents, and then
Mm.
finally at least he got to meet them one last time.
Yeah.
So yeah. Okay,
But
sorry.
for me, like, I'll just like segue that to like my third one. How Kushina like sacrificed herself and then she left something behind for her son to like know a bit about that so that she could support him even like after her death. So like my third one is I don't remember her name. Something Magnolia. She was wait, let me
Ciara
Magnolia.
Magnolia.
Yeah. Like for
Yeah.
her, like she was in Violet Evergarden. Like you know that I like a Violet Evergarden. Remember when we did that game, the best anime game, and then I was like, oh,
Mm,
mine would either be Violet Evergarden or Steins Gate at the end. So
mm,
based on those choices, so yeah, Violet Evergarden overall is a really sad story of loss and all of that. But I guess that episode was one of the saddest because I know you didn't watch Violet Evergarden, right?
no.
So like Violet Evergarden is so her job is basically to write letters. That's her job. And this mom hired her to write letters in advance because she knows she's dying. To write letters in advance to her child so that every birthday that the child has, she receives a
Mm,
letter from the mom. So like all the way to adulthood, I think up till like her 18th birthday, something like that. So that she has messages from her all the way that to the adulthood, up to the point where she has to be on her own, something like that. So yeah, that was my three.
third mom. Honestly, I think I remember watching a film with that same story. I don't
Mm.
know. I forgot. But it's like the dad died this time, and then like, "Oh, now you're a man. Do this, blah blah blah. At this age, you're probably getting, your first heartbreak and stuff."
Ah yeah, I think I know what you're talking
Yeah.
about as well. Yeah,
Right? Like I forgot, but there's a movie like that
yeah.
that the parent wrote, like, "Do this, blah blah blah. On this
Mm.
age, now you're a man," or like this. So this is what, or maybe I don't know. Maybe it's a Reddit story. I don't know. I completely
Maybe,
forgot.
maybe.
Yeah, but yeah, it was really a touching story. Anyway, yeah, I cannot comment on that, but I did see that this name was commented on Instagram. That's why I remember Magnolia.
Mm.
Yeah. So now it's my turn to mention my third mom. And
Yeah.
honestly, for the third mom, I am torn between two characters. Actually, I still have a lot on my list for the best mom.
Mm.
But I would say Izumi Curtis from Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Okay.
Yeah, I would consider her a mom because in a way, even though she's treated like a master by
Mm.
Edward and Alphonse Elric, but
Mm.
all in all, she was still there, some sort of mom figure
Mm.
since they lost their mom, obviously. And then they trained with her, and then the fact that she sacrificed or she did the human transmutation as well to bring back her baby,
Mm.
right? And she had to sacrifice her internal organs. That's why she's always, puking or like spewing blood because her internal organs are missing. She didn't hesitate to sacrifice anything just to get her baby back.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I would consider her a best mom. And the one that I also was debating to mention was Meet of Freaks from Hunter x Hunter.
You were debating that because.
Because like they're both the best for me. And we're supposed to only mention three. And I'm like, I have five. So might as well mention it. But like, okay, I will mention it anyway. But Meet the Freaks is also part of my list, just because
Mm.
like I was so touched by what Gon said in one of the episodes where,
Mm.
remember, there was a voice recorder, I think, that has
Yeah.
Jing's voice with the Nen stuff. Like, if you want
Mm.
to find me, he said something. Go to Greed Island, something like this.
Yeah. And if oh
And
yeah,
then
about your mom.
yeah, and about your mom. Do you want to know about your mom? Press this if you want,
Yeah.
or like keep listening if you want to know more about your mom. And then he
Mm.
pressed stop. And then Kilua was like, "What the did you do?" And then
Mm.
the recorder immediately started rewinding or deleting because it was NEN activated.
Yeah.
And then Kilua was so mad because like, "What did you do? Why did you do that?" And then Gon said, "Mita Freaks is the only mom that I know, and she's more
Mm.
than enough." I was like,
Yeah.
yeah,
True.
so much. Because like it's the same. It's the same thing as what we have mentioned with other moms. They're the adoptive moms. They didn't actually give birth to them, but
Yeah.
you know,
But they
they've
still
loved
took on
their
the role.
kids.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it. Like moms when they give birth to their kids, it's unconditional love. But I honestly feel like moms of adopted children have
Mm.
more unconditional love.
Yeah, because they were chosen. Oops. Yeah.
God, sorry.
No,
You're
no,
so
I mean like
mean.
no, I just mean like these like the kids that are adopted, right? At least I hope that these are from parents that are sure that they want to be parents and want to take care of kids. They know what they're signing up for. They're being responsible in that regard.
But
But
not in
like
anime though. Like
yeah.
I keep on saying Belmere-san because that's how they pronounce it in the Japanese dub.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Belmere. Yeah. So for Belmere it was like war orphans. For what do you call
Yeah.
this? Dadan. Like it's just Garp threw them to her. Like
Yeah, but it's like it's still I guess like it's like in a real life scenario where these people still are willing to be parents.
yeah.
It's not
They
like,
want to
hey, I
be
just found
parents.
out I'm pregnant and like, oh shit, you know.
Yeah. Now I have to do this. Yeah. Yeah. Makes sense. Makes sense.
But with
Yeah,
Dadan,
but
I guess it's a 50-50 because Garfield was literally like, I'm leaving them here. Or
and
else.
for Dadan, or else I will capture you guys. So she's like, okay, leave them to me.
Yeah, 50-50 on Dadan. But
Yeah.
for Bellamere, yeah.
And
She took
Izumi
that
Curtis.
responsibility, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Izumi and also Mito, like they all agreed. Yeah, I actually did never mention someone. Oh, we mentioned Kushina,
Yeah.
right? Who's actually the biological mom. Do you have any
Mm.
more on your list? Or I think that was the last.
Yeah, that was the last, I think.
Yeah, because I
For
wanted
best
to
moms.
read more of the answers from Instagram.
Yeah,
One
let's go.
here was Queen Hilling. I don't know how to pronounce this,
Oh,
but this
okay.
is
Queen
the mom,
Healing. Yeah.
yeah,
From
from
Ranking of
Ranking of
Kings.
Kings, yeah, which she
Yeah.
made the reaction video of.
Yeah, I didn't end up finishing it. I finished to like episode 12. I was like
Well,
halfway. Yeah, something.
mhm.
I didn't finish it, but like from what I've seen, she is a badass mom. She yeah. She I'm
You
trying
would
to
agree.
not like spoil anything. Yeah, but I do agree. There was a little bit of tough love over there, like because the way that she was introduced initially, like in the first few episodes, was that she was harsh, she was mean, she was the evil stepmom. But then, like when you go further into the story, she was actually like really very very sweet towards what was his name, the main character of Ranking of Kings. I don't remember his name. The little boy. Like she was actually very sweet. And the only reason why she's tough with him now is because like she wants him to prove himself. But
Mm.
like she really loves him.
And then one more entry here was Carla Yeager. She was also actually in my list, but more of a
Yeah.
honorable mention because Aaron did start everything because his mom
Yeah.
died. That was
Yeah.
the
And she also
catalyst.
did the whole ultimate sacrifice sort of thing as
Yeah,
well.
like just go ahead without me, run. And you can see how her motherly love was because we did see snippets of childhood of Mikasa and Eren, right? So
Yeah.
in that way, we did see how much of an impact Carla Yeager had with her kids in a way. So I would say Carla Yeager also will be considered a best mom. And then there's
Yeah.
also one more entry here, which I haven't watched this anime. You guys will probably cancel me by now because most of the titles you guys are mentioning I haven't watched. The mom from A Silent Voice, Miyako Ishida. Have
Yeah.
you watched that?
Yeah, I've watched The Silent Voice. It's very nice. Like you know me, if it's like kind of like film like and stuff, like you know, I've seen like Wolf Children, A Silent Voice. These are the stuff that I was like, I'm pretty sure Yvette hasn't seen that.
Yeah. Like our genres in anime is so different. But yeah.
Yeah.
But why? Why Miyako Ishida?
It's kind of like Hannah in that sense. Like I feel like I'll just be repeating if like I
Okay.
explain it. Yeah.
And there's one more mom here who's also part of my honorable mention, which is Inku Midoriya, the mom of
Ah,
Deku.
the mom of Deku.
Yeah.
And
Remember that Reddit story?
from the previous episode.
Yeah, from the previous episode. No, but really, I would say
Mm,
her because from the beginning, she believed in Midoriya, like supporting whatever his dreams are. Just the way how remembered my best dad before was, who's this? The dad of Senku in Doctor Stone. It was like that, I guess, with Inku.
yeah,
Like she
yeah.
believed with Midoriya, even though Midoriya looks and like acts that he's lame. So yeah, I would say that she's also a best mom. What do you
Mm.
think of it? Have you watched My Hero?
I have the like I think season 3 or season 4. But I never
Yeah.
liked it. It was just like, because it's hyped, like just to understand what it's all about. Sometimes I just watch things because it's like hyped. Just so,
Yeah.
I understand why people are reacting to
Watch
this, and
it.
I can, yeah, like, oh, okay. Like I have erased all memory of it. Not that I erased all memory of it, but it's like, oh, okay. I don't really have much to say about it aside from
Yeah.
not very good things. So, yeah.
Okay. Now last entry was Misae Nohara, aka Carmen, from, do you know this show? I think you know this show. Wait, let me Google that real quick. Crayon Shinchan.
No.
Although I don't know why she was part of the best mom, because whenever I've watched Crayon Shinchan, it's more of a afternoon show when you're kids and you're like, just playing on the TV, but you're not particularly paying attention to it. So that's
Mm.
why I'm not sure why she's part of the list.
I mean, I know the show. Like I've seen it,
Mm,
but I don't. Yeah, I also don't know. I can't speak for this one.
yeah. Okay, so we're done with the best moms. Now we move on to the worst moms
Yeah. No,
of
I
you know.
I have some already.
Okay. So
Okay.
start with your list.
Start my list. What?
Because you said you have, right? Okay, do it.
Like the first is kind of debatable for me. I don't want to say because it's tricky. It's a very tricky sort of situation. But I'll have to put the mom of Kotaro from Kotaro Lives Alone. So
Okay.
I don't think you've seen Kotaro Lives Alone because you also avoid really sad stuff, right? But it's about a boy who lives alone. Like he's only
Seven.
7 years old, something like that. It's like 6 or 7 years old, and he has to take care of himself. Like he gets insurance money because his parents are not with him. But then like he has to, be an adult at like such a young age. That's essentially the show. And then he later gets like a father figure through like his neighbor and stuff because the only thing that he's known from a young age was abuse. We don't know much about his parents and we don't know a lot of details as to how the abuse happened, but based off of his flashbacks, at least he had some good memories of his dad. One good memory that he had with his dad was when it was raining. And then, when you share an umbrella, you get raindrops on your umbrella,
Oh,
right? So the
that's
dad,
why the thumbnail was like that on your reaction
yeah,
video.
yeah.
Wow.
So what the dad did was he covered Kotaro, and then he's like, "But dad, now you're the one getting wet, like on your shoulder." And he's like, "Yeah, but if you really love somebody, then you wouldn't let even a drop of rain go to their shoulder because you care about them." And so like Kotaro, when he was helping people during like when it was raining really hard, he was there at the train station and he was helping people one by one. And then all of them were like, "Oh, you're getting wet." And he's like, "This is my honor as a man to make sure that you never get like wet from the rain and stuff." So that's one nice flashback he had of his dad. Like there were moments of like kindness from his dad. But his dad started getting abusive when the mom was out of the picture. And I'm not blaming, that's why I'm like 50-50 with this because we don't know the story of like why the mom left. But based off of the memories of Kotaro, whenever he remembers his mom, she was just sad. Like I feel like it might have been maybe postpartum as well, postpartum depression, which
Mm,
again, like that's why I can't really put her as the worst. But like because of the things that she put him through, it does make her a really bad mom. Like for example, like if you have to take care of your kid, you have to change his clothes or take him a shower. She always wore gloves because she's like, I don't ever want to touch you. Like I don't want to touch this kid.
okay.
Yeah. There was another memory he had where he was sneaking and then like he overheard his parents and the mom was crying and she was like, I don't love my kid. If I'm remembering that right.
I think it's,
So
yeah, postpartum, I guess. I don't know.
yeah. So it was all just like and throughout like she was very neglectful. And then whatever it is that she went through, she abandoned the father and Kotaro eventually because of whatever she was going through mentally. And I guess this is the father's fault, but at this point, but yeah, it he became an alcoholic ever since she left, and to the point that Kotaro was being neglected to the point of being starved. Like his clothes, you would think he was homeless. His clothes were dirty. He wasn't eating anything. He was eating tissues so that he had something to eat. Yeah, it's a very sad story. But like that's why I would put the mom as one of the worst moms. But
This
like
is why I didn't watch Kotaro. No, it's not for me.
it's not
Yeah.
for you. That don't watch Wolf Children as well. I think you will cry as well.
Because I'm such a crybaby. Like, honestly, guys, if ever I see any sad scenes, like, yeah, not
But I think
joking.
a silent voice, you can still watch a silent voice. That's
Even I haven't watched Your Name until now, so.
Oh yeah, but your name isn't sad. I've told you this many times. So many people
Yeah,
have been telling
you
you
don't
event.
have. I still don't have, headspace for it. I'm on a One Piece binge. I actually decided to stop One Piece today for a bit. I just took a break and watched House of Dragons, and I was like, first episode is like someone was giving birth, and then the option was cesarean section. And I was like, fuck hell, this is how she said that her battle is on the bed giving birth. And
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
why in
yeah,
Sparta you can only get a grave from two things: either you die from fighting in a war or from childbirth. Anything else,
yeah.
if you die from sickness or whatever, you're not given an honor to be buried
Mm,
even. So like,
yeah,
man, just imagine how hard it is just to give birth. They will cut your
yeah.
yeah,
See,
your
like mothers have a
coochie.
lot to sacrifice, even back in
Yeah.
the day. Yeah.
And how their bodies will change, everything will change. That's
Mm,
why I remember that TikTok girly who has a list of why not to get pregnant.
yeah.
Like your nipples will fall off, your hair will fall off, your teeth will fall off, everything will hurt.
Acne,
Yeah, acne. If you didn't have acne, you will suddenly have, or your immune
and then you're
system will be really bad.
underappreciated, and there
Thankless
are men.
job.
Yeah.
Like,
No, and then like there are men that will have the audacity to leave their
to
wives
cheat.
because oh you're not taking care of yourself anymore. It's not like how you were before. Like what you
I just gave birth to your kid, huh? And you're telling me my body doesn't look the same? Of course it won't look the same.
Yeah, it will
What
look
do
the
you
same.
mean? Yeah, but anyway, going back.
Mm.
Let's not make this a hate podcast among for men. And anyway, so now okay, you've had the mom in Kotaro. For me, first or top of the mind that I can think of was Dina Yeager,
Okay,
which is like you can see the contrast between Carla and Dina
Carla.
in a
Mm.
way, how Aaron was brought up compared to Zeke. Yeah, so I would say Dina, I guess, because like the way that Zeke was brought up was in a very strict household. I don't even remember much about Dina. I just remembered she's the one who ate Carla Yeager. But I know that there's a difference between the two of them of how they raise their kids. So
Mm.
yeah, I would say Dina Yeager, and then one more mom on my. I only have two moms in my list actually. Just that's it, Dina and Kikyo Zoldyck,
Mm.
because obviously we all know who Kikyo Zoldyck is, but
Well,
like
it's like I
he's
guess she loved her
deranged.
son. Well, yeah, she is deranged, but then I think she just loves her children in such a strange way. You know, maybe
Yeah,
it's
but
like because she
still,
wants them to be the best.
yeah, but still,
It's like
doesn't
because
justify.
yeah, it's like Killua's my favorite, so he must suffer. You know?
Yeah, and not only that, like Aluka. Remember Aluka? She was the one
Ah,
who said
yeah.
Aluka is a demon spawn that shouldn't be allowed to roam the earth, and locked her
Ah,
in
yeah,
a
yeah.
super hidden place, you know? And like
That's true.
she has blatant favoritism. She disregards her other kids because Kulua is her favorite and the true
Yeah.
heir to the Zoldyck assassins. So like okay, I have a question. Do you think it's impossible for parents to have favoritism? Or is it natural for them to be inclined towards one kid over the other, especially if they have multiple kids?
I think as a parent, they can love their kids equally. Like you will love your kid. But as a person, you will have favorites as cuz like as a normal person, yeah. Like even if you have your set of best friends,
You will
there
have a
will be
favorite.
people yeah, like in a group of friends, you will have the one that's like closest to you or
Mm.
like you'll have someone Or like even if it's not about closest, like there will be a person that you can talk to more about certain topics compared to other topics. Other topics maybe you can talk more about this to someone else. So I think like as a parent, they can love their kid equally. But as a person, they will have like favorites of like, okay, yeah, this one can, I don't know, will definitely run the family business in the future, you know? Or this one is more mature than the
Yeah.
other, you know?
Academically inclined,
Yeah,
achiever. Yeah, makes sense. I actually saw a TikTok video as well that the ideal number of kids is actually just two. Anything more
because
than two, the attention and the love of the parents gets unequally divided if it's more than two. If you have four or three or five, So I forgot what the scientific explanation was, but yeah, the ideal is just two.
mm.
But anyway.
No,
Yes?
yeah. No, because like I was telling my colleagues because we were talking about like kids and stuff, and then I was like, oh no, I don't want kids, like zero. But they're like, okay, but what if you do get a kid and stuff? I'm like, if I do get a kid, like I don't want one or two, I want three. It's either zero or three. There's no in
What?
between. I want zero or three. And they're like, what? What the heck? You just went from zero and then you went three. One. You didn't even start with like, okay, I'll just go for one. Like, no, because like if it's only one, who likes only children really? Like, like if have you met an only child?
Yeah.
No, but
They're
I'm just
usually
joking.
too spoiled.
Yeah, no,
Sorry.
that's just like the usual thing. Like my best friend in the entire world, she's an only child. She's an amazing person. But like in general, like in
Yeah.
general, not all of you. And if you're offended, then you probably are a spoiled brat. You know?
I like how you held off for a second there, but you still said it. You're a spoiled brat.
Yeah, because
But why three?
yeah, like no, because then like if it's two, right? It's like oh, like if they don't get along, it's divided.
There's no middle ground.
You know,
Yeah.
there's no middle ground. But if you have a third child, there can be a democracy. It's like yeah, see, this is right because two of us think it is, and you're the
But
loser.
have you had a middle child syndrome? Huh?
Oh, that's
If
the
you
thing.
have
That's
three
the
kids?
yeah. No, and the one that usually is wrong is the middle child because because they're
The
the
black
middle
sheep.
child. They're the black sheep.
Yeah.
Yeah, so no, so like I support torturing middle children. So
I was a middle child at one point in
I'm
my life,
joking,
Amy.
guys. Nico's a middle child. Middle children are special.
No, because for me, I feel like if you're gonna have three kids, what we had in my family was the ideal one. So the eldest was a brother, my elder brother, and then
Mm,
me, I'm the middle child, and then a younger brother. So two
mm.
brothers, one girl. And like whenever we're fighting who's the favorite, my elder brother will say, I'm the favorite because I'm the eldest. And I will say, I'm the favorite because I'm the girl,
I'm a
the only
girl. Yeah.
girl. And then the youngest will say, no, I'm the favorite because I'm the youngest,
Mm.
youngest son. So like every one of us has a leverage.
Yeah.
But if it's like boy, girl, the middle child will be
Yeah.
like, so what's so special about you? You're just a middle child.
They're just the middle
Sorry.
child. Yeah, no, but like in my family, because for the longest time we were three kids. It's like you and your youngest sister have like a really long age gap. So for the longest time we were three kids. So same with me. For the longest time we were three children. But like in my family, the middle child, like my sister, because that was me, then my sister, then my brother. Yeah, but it was my sister that like my parents like really, really cared for the most. But then I think like it's always like that when other siblings talk about their siblings, they always say, oh no, the middle child actually got a lot of attention. It's just the middle child. That's why it's a middle child syndrome. They just think like, oh no, I was the neglected one. But like, were you though?
Excuse me, Amy, where is this coming from? Because
No, in my
yeah, to
family,
be fair, I
the
wasn't
middle child.
neglected, I guess.
Yeah. No, in my family, the middle child was the one that was like really, really taken care of. Because I feel like as the eldest, like I had to be more responsible all the time. And then like the youngest,
The
he was
youngest,
the only
he has
boy.
the
Yeah,
card. Yeah.
he was the only boy. So of course it was like, oh, dad put like a lot of pressure for him because it's like he's the son, you know. So I feel like my sister was the one that got a lot of the attention and a lot of the care. But I think she would disagree because middle children just have middle child syndrome. That's it.
You have a beef with middle children. But anyway,
No.
I was a middle kid too at one point. But anyway, okay. So going back, how about second on your list of worst moms?
Second on my list would be Isabella from The Promised Neverland.
Mm-hmm.
She does redeem herself in the end. Like at the end of it, she does rebel and sides with the children. But it's just really hard to forgive her. I think okay, you didn't watch The Promised Neverland, right? So it's a bunch of
I'm just here pretending, and you always have to call me out. What do you want?
no,
Tell
sorry.
me.
So like, because the situation is it's a bunch of orphan children. So she's in a situation where it's not her real kids.
Ah,
Okay, she does raise them properly. Like she does as raising them. Like she does give a lot of care and a lot of love, and these kids love her because as a foster mom, she was very nice. But behind the scenes, once the children reached a certain age, she was sacrificing the children to demons so that they could be eaten. I don't think that's much of a spoiler. I think that was a spoiler.
yeah, it's okay.
But
It's okay.
yeah, she sacrificed her children to the demons. And she was doing that for years. So like even if she does redeem herself later and then she sides with the children and fights against the demons, it's like, yeah, but you're only rebelling now that the kids revolted also. But otherwise, you would have just kept sacrificing children with no
Yeah.
remorse. So I guess, yeah, she's like also worst mom for me. So again, she's another 50-50 because like she does end up really caring for them also before sacrificing them, and then she does rebel with them later on. So it's a 50-50, but I'll still put her in bad moms.
Okay, understandably so. Now, do you still have more on your list?
I have one more, but I think like you're not there yet in whole cake.
Because that character you're about to say is actually
Mm.
part of the answers that they gave on Instagram. Is it Big Mom?
Oh, yeah, it is Big Mom. Lin
Yeah,
Lin. It is
Lin
Lin
Lin,
Lin.
Charlotte Lin Lin. Because like I'm already at Zoe, in the middle
Mm.
part of Zoe, where it was already announced that Sanji is about to get married,
Uh-huh.
like the tea party, and basically in the middle of Zoe arc. So I'm not
Mm-mm.
sure, but yeah, it's okay. Just give us the overview of why Big Mom.
So Big Mom, for those who hasn't even seen One Piece, is one of the four emperors of the sea. Just think of them as like the main bosses, you know? Like they
Final
rule this.
bosses. Yeah.
Yeah, like they rule the seas. Like any big territory probably belongs to one of them. These four are the most powerful in the oceans. So like the Marines, or basically, yeah, like Marines or like policemen who fight pirates, basically have warlords, which are other pirates, to sort of balance the power. So they have Marines and warlords to kind of balance the power with the four
The
emperors. But
emperors.
they're
Yeah.
like super powerful. And so Lin Lin, her nickname is Big Mom because like she is literally very big, but also because she had I think 80 husbands and like she had kids. Yeah. She had like kids with each of like not just one kid, like she had kids with them. And then once she's had a child or like children because some are twins with them, like she disposes of the husband. So just like how she married men to like gain their territory, she uses her children in the same way. Like you marry this particular person because we can get our
More
territory from
power.
there. So
Yeah.
it's kind of like how monarchy works, like in general. Like if you go back in the day of like why marriages even started in the first place, it is very political. So it's because of that that makes her like a bad mom. Like she only sees her kids as tools to further her
Tyrion?
power. Her
Tyrion
yeah, like
Lannister?
in society. Yeah.
No, you don't have any more kids? Okay. Sacrifice this kid, this kid. Yeah. Game of
Yeah.
Thrones, in short.
Yeah, exactly.
Like how they, partner everyone. Because, like, I'm already at episode 3 of House of the Dragons.
Mm,
And, like how you've probably watched it, obviously. But, like, how they always have to marry someone, the house of this to this house to,
exactly. Yeah.
political stuff. So Big Mom, as I've mentioned, was also part of the list, and also there's one more, Lady Prospera from Gundam Witch Mercury, which I bet we
Uh-huh.
both haven't seen.
Yes, I
And
have
there is
not.
one more mom, Akemi Hinazuki from Erased. Have you watched
Ah,
Erased?
yeah. Yeah, I have seen Erased. I have. But I don't remember much of it. I remember he
Literally
goes back
erased
to
from
the.
your mind.
Yeah, it was Erased. No, I remember watching it and I was like, oh, it's pretty sad or it was pretty good. Like, he goes back to the past. That's what I
Mm.
remember. And he didn't know. But yeah, I think I know who that is and what they're talking about. But I
Let me
can't
check.
really say. Yeah.
Let me check why she's one of the worst moms. She is a secondary antagonist in the manga and anime series Erased. She is the abusive mother of Kayo and keeps her from having any social contact, which leads to Kayo being both kidnapped and killed. She's also the
Yeah.
grandmother of Mirai, Sugita. I'm not sure if it's a film or what, but I saw it on TikTok where the mom was intentionally putting drugs on her child's body so that the girl will be paralyzed.
Yeah.
Like dog medicine, I think, or something.
Yeah, something like
Like,
that. I know what
yeah,
you're
I
talking
forgot.
about. Yeah.
It just reminded me of that because like she wants to take care of someone so badly, but there are really
Mm.
people who doesn't deserve to be a parent,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
But anyway, so what's the story about this Akemi?
I really don't remember much of Erased.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's gone. But
But yeah,
it was a good show.
anything else you want to add on our lists?
No. Nothing else. But yeah, what about you? Do you have anything else to list as well? Best or worst, special mentions, honorable mentions?
No, for worst moms, I told you, like, I barely have anyone in mind. Unlike when we did the best and worst dads of anime, because, like, for worst dads, oh my god, we have this,
The
this,
list.
this, this. The list goes on. Yeah, right. But for best dads, it was also like, you can see the disparity between the two, right? And
Mm.
then for the best mom, I have this. For worst mom, it's like, this, or maybe it's just because I haven't watched enough sad animes with with these kinds of moms, because I did try to research like titles that has worst anime moms, and like if I go through, let's say, just Google and see the list. So one of them here is obviously that Akemi Hinazuki. Fruits
Yeah.
Basket, there's also a bad mom, but see, I don't remember much of Fruits Basket because I've watched the older version.
Yeah,
I
from a
didn't
long
watch
time
like,
ago.
yeah, that was like when we were in elementary, so I barely
Yeah.
remember. I just know that they transform into animals, right?
Yeah.
Like they transform into the Chinese zodiac, rat, dog, whatever. So I don't know. And then Hayate from Combat Butler. I've watched that anime.
I haven't
Asuka's
seen that. I
mom.
don't know. I don't even remember if she had a mom. I just
Yeah, I mean,
remember her being there. Like she was a
psychotic.
transfer.
Yeah.
And then that's it. I don't remember her having a mom. Do you remember?
It says here that, one second. So Kyoko, Asuka's mom, couldn't recognize Asuka as her own daughter. And granted, she was under extreme psychological stress, meaning she wasn't deliberately a bad parent. And the doctor did try to give her some dolls made in Asuka's
Oh yeah, now I
likeness. Yeah.
remember. I
But
remember
she ended up
now.
ripping their heads in front of her daughter.
She wasn't clinically sane. That's different
Yeah.
though. But yeah, this Asuka did have a sad story. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah. I
But
mean, I mean, if you think about it as a kid, yes, but again, there's psychological stuff
yeah,
involved.
that's why I was like 50-50 with Kotara's mom, right? Like,
Yeah.
but then the thing is with Asuka's mom, she was actually clinically insane. So I
Yeah.
guess that's like also completely different from just being
The bad
like I don't
mom.
want to touch yeah bad mom. Yeah,
There's Saika Gazai from Future Diary, Charlotte
I don't know that.
Linlin, Sayu's mom in Higehiro, and Assassination Classroom. Code
Ah
Geass.
yeah.
Marian V. Britannia.
But they're all messed up there. I feel like with Code Geass, it's like we're following Killua's life in Hunter x Hunter, kind
Yeah.
of because like how Killua's like family is sort of messed up, like Lelouch's family is also messed up, you know. So
And
it's
I feel
like
like it's always like that. Like, for example, in Code Geass, it's a monarchy as well, right? Like,
yeah, yeah,
so
yeah,
here the mom uses the kids to dispose of them, do whatever. Like in Game of Thrones, basically,
yeah,
right? Like, kids are just there to further the line and for inheritance, and you
yeah.
marry whoever we tell you to marry. That's it.
Mm.
Next, yeah, the top one here is Isabella from Promised Neverland, actually. So,
Okay.
yeah. So, yeah, I don't have any more.
So yeah, I guess that's it for this episode then. Like guys, if you have any opinions or anything you want to add for the best and worst moms for this Mother's Day, do comment in the comment section below and don't forget to like and subscribe to the Ara Ara channel. You can follow me at Just Anything on my socials and for Vivz. Anything else you want to plug?
Yeah, for me, it's at Viv's Black Mage. I will be also doing streams on Twitch, hopefully, consistently. Yeah, and also join our Discord server. It will be in the description of this video. So do join us there, hang out with us, and chat with us. Because, Discord here is a bit different. But anyway, so yeah, that's it.
All right, guys. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.